The debt ceiling deal signed in early June stopped the U.S. economy from driving off a fiscal cliff, but a provision of the deal means some borrowers with student loans may still be heading for a major crash. In 2020, as the COVID-19 pandemic brought the world to a halt, the U.S. Congress passed a measure that allowed those with federal student loans to stop making payments, and the loans accrued no new interest. But that pause ends June 30th.
We restart the student loan paybacks. That's a $60 billion windfall for all of those families who actually do pay their bills, for those families that didn't go to college, or especially for those families who went to college and took out student loans and paid them back, and think it's fair that everyone else has to do the same thing they did.
About 43 million people have federal student loans, typically making payments of $200 to $300 a month. Those payments are due to start back up in October. But after the U.S. Supreme Court ruled against a White House plan to forgive some federal student loan debt, President Joe Biden announced a new plan to help borrowers, a one-year so-called on-ramp for those facing financial hardships.
Monthly payments will be due. Bills will not go out and interest will be accruing. And during this period, if you can pay your monthly bills, you should. But if you cannot, if you miss payments, this on-ramp will temporarily remove the threat of default or having your credit harmed, which can hurt borrowers for years to come.
Some borrowers are already struggling to get by. They will begin making payments at a time of higher prices for many goods and services and higher interest rates for credit cards, auto loans, and mortgages.
Everything that I've been trying to save has been used for like essential needs, whether it's housing, food, car, hospital bills. So yeah, I really just have no idea how I'm going to navigate through it.
Some of the most vulnerable will be impacted.
Most of them came from low-income families, and they took on the debt for an education in order to try to have a shot at financial security and a middle-class life. And many haven't been able to achieve that because of the debt, because the debt itself is holding them back.
And it's not just personal finances that will be impacted. Millions of Americans will soon have less money in their pocket to spend on other things, which will likely create a small drag on the overall U.S. economy. Jim Spellman, CGTN, Washington.